everyone. I'm pretty excited about our video today because over the weekend we went to a small town and there was this wonderful small town craft store that actually was going out of business, and so I was able to do some shopping there and get some things for projects coming up for holidays and for home organization. And so today I'm going to show you my new craft supply haul, a little bit from that small craft store, some from the dollar store, and a couple of things from Expressions Vinyl and Amazon. So I have quite a haul to show you today that I'm pretty excited about. And then when we get to the end of the video, I'm going to show you a nice Valentine's Day project that I've been prepping for, and just an easy, fun, really pretty Valentine's project. So stay with me. Okay, so let's get to my haul of wonderful things. So I think what I'm going to start with is, I think I'll start with some dollar store things. I've done a lot for Valentine's Day and you can see those videos, but I'm getting things prepped also for Easter and spring and Passover and all those wonderful holidays coming up. And so right now at the dollar store, in my town, most of what's there is Easter now. I've got 5 different sizes. So we've got the really big one, and then the smaller one, and then they're slowly, this was a 2-pack. I thought those were really fun. And they're slowly getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So I'm planning a lot of fun springtime things for you to see and make and organize. I also found just this little carton of eggs that are paintable. So I'm pretty excited about that. Some flower pots that we may just actually use as flower pots. I mean, you know. And then I did see that they have these 2 fun little cutting boards, and I really like cutting boards and am growing a little bit of a cutting board collection. And then I've been watching for these because I've seen them on other YouTube channels and my store hasn't had them, but this time when I went in, they had them. And so I bought 2 of those for upcoming holidays. And then for an organization project that I have going on in my house, I just got some of these bins. Not wild about the color, and so I'm going to be doing those over and be the way I want them. And so those are my, oh, and I found one more dollar store find, and that's these, and they're a color that I love. I have some scrapbook paper to take care of, and so I went ahead and got those. And so those will show up when I do probably my next organization video for craft room, art space, and sewing space. So those are my dollar store surprises. I'm going to show you what I got at the craft store that's going out of business. Now, my favorite craft stores are those small town stores. I mean, I do buy things quite a bit at Hobby Lobby, Joann, and Michael's, but when you go in there, there's a lot of stuff already made, and then there's a lot of blanks and stuff to create a project. But what I love about those small hometown craft stores is they have so many ideas, and so they'll have like these wood pieces or hand towels or something, and then they've got 50 ideas for how to use them. And I love that, those handmade beautiful projects, and then there are the basic supplies that you need. And I find when I go into Michael's or some of those other stores, yeah, there are a lot of projects made that you can buy, but those fun little unique ideas I just don't see except in the small town craft stores. And a lot of those craft stores are going out of business, like the one that I went to, and it makes me sad because they have so many beautiful ideas. So I'll just show you, they had Halloween stuff at about 70% off. And so I saw these 2 super cute ribbons for Halloween. So I bought those. So, you know, there's going to be Halloween stuff coming up. And then one of the things this store was kind of popular for were these really cute tea towels. And so I got 2 sets, and they come with the towel, and everything of course was on sale because it was going out of business. And so I got the makings for 2 towels, and I do like to craft with fabric. I like to sew. I like to make American Girl clothes particularly, and things like that. And so those will be coming up. One will be a summer one, and the other one will be a really pretty fall one. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that, because there's a lot coming up that's a lot of fun. And then I just found that. I just thought that was just such a great blank for $1 that I can use for any number of holidays. And then I really liked this idea of a wish bank, and it's got a slot there where you can put coins, and then you decorate this based on what it is you're wishing for. It could be a vacation, it could be something particular you're wanting to buy, but it's a way to collect your pennies for something coming up. And if you saw my beginning of the year sort of goals and bullet journal video, I talked a lot about saving your pennies, and as part of a year-long savings program. And so this, you could use something like this instead of the quart jar that I showed you, but I really liked that. And then I found a t-shirt that they had a lot of t-shirts, but they weren't colors I was too wild about. But I got one that we're going to do some iron-on or infusible ink on. So I was pretty excited about that. And then, 2 more rolls of ribbon. And I do love ribbon. There's some great Halloween colors. And then this is, I just love this color, and I love polka dots. So I got some pink polka dot because I'll probably use that frequently. And then there was this big pack of wood shapes that were in the sort of the 4th of July Americana section that were on sale. And they're just a whole bunch of different shapes and fun things. So I'm definitely going to be using those coming up. So make sure you're subscribed, and so you know when those come out. So that was quite a great haul from that going out of business store. And so watch for those. And I really encourage people, if you have a small town, a hometown craft store, to support them, because I think most of those kinds of craft stores are really struggling, and they're kind of a treasure we don't want to lose. Okay, I'll put those down here. Now I want to show you some things I got from Expressions Vinyl, because I'm a little bit of a new Cricut user. I haven't had a lot of vinyl, and so I was hearing about this company called Expressions Vinyl, and so I went on to their site, and they have so much, and I've been learning a lot about vinyl itself, different types of vinyl, what they're used for. But one of the things I really liked was they have this sample little pack, and this is the Oracal 651 vinyl, and that's the permanent vinyl. The 631 is the removable, and so I use mostly permanent, but sometimes when you're looking online, it's hard to really tell what the color is, and so I thought this would be really helpful in planning my projects. And they have a whole rainbow of colors, and I just think that's so fun. And so I got some of that, and then I've wanted to do more with HTV or iron-on, and they had this pink that was so pretty. So that's from their HTV section, and it's one of those big long, it's a 12 by 24 piece of that beautiful pink vinyl. So I kind of think I might be using that for that gray t-shirt that I got, because I just love this color. It's so gentle and nice. I also bought some of the Oracal white, because I've heard a lot of good about that and how it weeds and how great that is. So I'll be showing you that. And then I got a couple of different brands of transfer tape, because I've been really experimenting with transfer tape and trying to figure out what I like and what I like for what kinds of projects. And you know about my sort of masking tape, transfer tape, if you've transfer tape if you've watched my channel much at all, but I really wanted to try some of these others that I've heard about. So I got that, and then also as part of that from Amazon, I got this big roll of transfer tape that people seem to be raving about. So I am actually going to do an upcoming video that compares all of those, and I'll give you my suggestions on which ones I like the best and why, which ones I don't like very much and why, and then what I would recommend different transfer tape for different projects. So that will be coming up. And then this is, oh, this is what I was so excited about with Expressions Vinyl. They have just the most beautiful patterned vinyls, and this one I actually got in 3 different colors because I got a pink, a green, and a white background because I absolutely love those vinyls. And I've gotten some other patterns that I will show you. I didn't get them with this particular haul, but I've gotten them at other times. But the project I'm going to be showing you today is using some of that vinyl because I love it so much. Okay, so those are the things I got from Expressions Vinyl, and the transfer tape from Amazon. But this was another little thing that I got from Amazon that I'm just really excited about. And it just comes in a pretty little case like this. And it's actually some very fine weeding tools, and they're in that beautiful rose gold color. And I just thought they were so pretty. And I've been experimenting with weeding tools as well. And I'm going to try all these things out. And then I'm going to give you an honest report on what I think of these. But I really liked these because they had not just the bent tweezers, like I have the bent tweezers from Cricut, but they also have a pair of bent tweezers, but they have a pair of straight tweezers too. And then they've got 2 different types of weeding tool, and then they've got the 3rd weeding tool and a little scraper, a small angled scraper. And so I'm going to be using all of those tools and letting you know what I think. So that is my wonderful haul. And so now let's get started on a Valentine's Day project. Okay, so let's get started on our Valentine's Day project, and we're going to be using some of this beautiful paper that I just showed you from Expressions Vinyl. Since this is Valentine's Day, we're going to be using that pink rose pattern. And then we're also going to be using a light gray permanent vinyl from Paper Studio. And I really like Paper Studio vinyl. I'm discovering that. I love their colors. Their pastels are beautiful and super easy to weed. So I really like that. And then I'm excited to try for the first time this transfer tape that I got from Amazon that I just showed you. I'm going to be trying out the new weeding tools. We've got a scraper, our scissors, and then this is my blank. I got this from the wood pile at Hobby Lobby, and I've gone ahead and just painted the whole front white, and then I'm leaving the sides that wood tone. I like bare wood. I think it's pretty. But this front, I've done white and then done some sanding between coats to get it really smooth and nice. So let's go into Cricut Design Space first, and I'll show you how I created this cup pattern. Okay, here we are in Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to come to Shapes and just pull up a shape, unlock it, and I'm going to put in the dimensions of my board that I have, and it's 14 by 4.5. So that helps me size my letters. I'm going to just make that white so I can see a little bit more easily. That's going to help me figure out what size my letters need to be. I'm going to bring up the text box and I'm going to type in the word love, all in capitals. And then I want to change that font. And I'm going to come over here and there's a font called Paddington that is really cute. I'm going to put that in there. Then I am going to unlock those letters and bring them over here and then resize based on my template here. Okay, and I like that. There's one thing I'm not too fond of, and that is that this E I feel is too close to the V compared to the L and the O. So I'm going to ungroup the letters, and then I can pull this E over just a bit to give it a little more space. But then I do need to, let me move my shape, I do need to regroup those letters so that they move around together and they're as a group. Now, there's one other thing I need to look at. My paper, my vinyl is 12 inches, so I want to just make sure that those words do not go over 12. So I'm actually going to size them down just, let me unlock. When you group, it locks it again. I'm going to size that down just a little more so that I'm within the 12 inches of my vinyl. All right, let's see how that looks. And I think that will still look great. Okay, now I'm going to bring in another text box and I'm going to write the word always. And I'm going to switch to a script font on that. And a font that I like is called Bickley. And we'll just choose that. And then I'm going to unlock those words too. I'm going to go ahead and switch colors because this love is going to be printed, is going to be cut in a printed vinyl. So let's just bring this over here and I'm going to spread that out over my word and just get an idea of how that's going to look. And then I'm going to just center it all to make sure things are aligned so they look nice. And yeah, I really like that, although I think I'm going to go just slightly smaller on that I always. Okay. All right, let's center that one more time and make sure that that is looking good. Okay, now one of the things I love is an offset. So now that I have my sizing, I can actually get rid of this template that I no longer need. And I'm going to create an offset of the word always. So I highlight that, I come up to offset, and then I can put in how big I want the offset. So if you look, you can see this blue line will show me how big it's going to cut the offset. I like a little bit narrower offset, and I'm actually going to change this to 0.125. I can put apply, and then I'll show you what happens here. So there's my word, and I'm keeping that. And then this is what that offset will look like. And I'm going to actually shift that to white just so it's a little bit easier to visualize what's going to happen. Now, I don't want this to lay on top of my letters. I want it actually cut out. And so I'm seeing over here that my letters for love have been ungrouped. I need them to stay together, and I'm actually going to come and weld those because they need to be one layer, and then I can do a cut. So let me send this to the front. I can do a cut and it'll cut it out of those letters. So once again, I'm going to just center that offset now like I did the letters. And checking it. I like how that looks. Okay, so I'm going to take those two layers, and now that there are two layers, I can do a slice. And then here's what happens. It pulls out all of the little bits and those, and then that's what happens. It shows exactly how it will cut those letters. So it'll do all of that offset cut out. Then when I bring back in my word, I will align it right inside that offset, and then that's how it'll be. And I do like how that looks. Okay, so now we can go ahead, and I'm checking that I've got the two levels that are going to cut out of two different colors. So now I can go to Make It on a mat. Okay, so there's Always. And I can go ahead and get things cut, and then I'll show you how we're assembling this together. So now that we've got these cut, let's go ahead and weed these, and we're trying that new, nice and sharp, that new weeding tool. And it's really fun to weed when your letters are really big, and it just comes off so smoothly. And this is the vinyl from Expressions. So I'm going to try to be real careful because of that offset. I need to watch for all of those little pieces that I need to make sure that they come through and that we don't lose them. So you can see, oh, do you want to be here and craft with me?
I don't want to do craft.
You just want to be by me and watching?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so Anne is here by me watching. And so you can see how that offset cuts out those letters. So I'm going to make sure I transfer that just as that completely. And then we've got, you're reading Love. And then we've got this one to weed. Let's try that. This one should be a little bit easier to see that all the pieces are coming out okay. So you can really see what's coming up. And this, okay. There we go. There we go. I guess the most fun thing about these tools is how pretty they are. There. Okay, so let's get the transfer tape on here. I do really like these grid lines on some of the transfer paper. The grid lines are really wide apart. These are a little closer. That makes it a little bit easier. Hopefully I can use this piece for both of the transfers. Now I do like this this little tool. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's got a little sort of shovel, a flat sort of surface that makes it real easy to do things like take off the transfer tape. So I'm going to keep that part of it so I can put it back where it goes. Okay, let's get that transfer tape down. There. There we go. These little tools, they're kind of delicate. They make me feel a little bit like a dentist. So as I'm pulling this one up, there are a lot of little pieces I need to make sure I don't pull up, and so it's really nice that the backing on the transfer tape is white, because then I can see if anything comes up on that white part. There we go, just watching, see a little piece right there. So I need to go back and just make sure that gets put back down right where it needs to be. because that offset needs to be pretty precise. Okay, that was really easy to weed. Okay, now let's go ahead and put that down on our board. Okay, and I'm going to have to sort of eyeball this. Okay, I think that looks good. So I'm just going to start with my fingers, work my way out, and try to get rid of all of the bubbles that might be in there, and then come back through. Okay. I'm going to really work on getting that nice and laid down with as few bubbles as possible. Anne's here watching with me, and if you watched our seven Valentines, homemade Valentines, then you would see Anne helping me with the crafting. Oh, this is coming up really nicely. Once again, I'm watching here to keep an eye on little bits that might have come through. Oh, I like that. And now let's go ahead and use our transfer tape again. So what I'm going to do is actually lay this down, and so that I can keep my lines straighter, since I seem to be having a little trouble with that. Okay. And if you're going to trim, it's a good idea to trim while the transfer tape is down, so that you don't have to do it with it too sticky. So I'll take that off now, and then I can get and then I can go ahead and save those bits of transfer tape, because honestly, that's big enough for another whole project. So I'm going to save that, so I prevent waste, because, you know, craft products can add up. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and get that stuck down to the transfer tape. Okay. That's that Paper Studio vinyl. It's just so smooth, so nice. And I love this light gray. All right, now this part's a little trickier, because you've got to make sure this lines up right inside of your offset. Down, hoping that that comes out just right. Okay. So let's get those letters down too. I do really like that little spatula on those new weeding tools. Okay, pulling up carefully. Good, good, good. And then I'll go ahead and save that part too, so that I've got that transfer tape ready to use. Okay, there we go. I love the wood with the white, and it says love always. I hope you can see that, and I hope you'll start trying some of the Valentine's projects that we've done. If you liked these ideas, or you want to see what's coming up over the next few months, be sure to subscribe. So thanks for watching today as we made this Valentine's Day plaque, and happy Valentine's Day.